Hello, it's Maini Homer here again, and I hope you're doing really well. And this is another video in our series. We have over 60 different videos that we've done for you to teach you the basics of starting a business, and for those who are in business, just to give you some information and some techniques that you may not have heard of. Now, I've had 17 years business experience and I've created 8 successful businesses, so I know my stuff, and now I'm here to help you to know your stuff. Okay, so today's video is about meeting and exceeding your customer expectations. Okay, because at the end of the day, there's competition out there, guys, and you want to be the best that you can be, and you want to be number one business in your field, don't you? Because that is what your goal should be, and that is what you should be striving for, to be the best. Okay, so do you know what your customers expect from you? Okay, do you know the level of service, whether it be the customer service or the product quality or what it is that your customers expect from you? Okay, so this is the number one important thing. Know what your customers expect. Okay, so this is really important, and you should know that if you're already in business, because you will have had feedback from your customers. Okay, and so just remember, they are never complaints, because the ones that complain to you are the ones that you want to cherish. Okay, because most people won't complain. Most people will tell their friends about bad service. Most people will tell about between 10 and 50 people about bad service, but only one or two will tell people about the good service they've received. Okay, so yes, it's unfair, but it's the way things go. Okay, so if you do get some feedback from a customer, then thank them and be ever so grateful that they've given it to you, because it's not very forthcoming. Okay, so do not knock it. Do not go, no, 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 no. Okay, hear it, understand it, accept it, and put in place what you need to do so that that doesn't happen again for any other customer. Okay, that's number one. Okay, so working out how to meet your customers' expectations. Okay, all right, so first of all, you need to know who your ideal client is. Now, we've done a video on this earlier, so if you haven't seen that video, please go back and just do the exercise and work out first of all who your ideal client actually is. Okay, once you know that, then you'll know exactly who you'll be attracting to your business, and you'll know what it is that they want to know. Okay, so how well does your product meet their needs? Okay, do you know how well your product meets your ideal customers or your customers' needs? Okay, this is really, really important. Okay, it has to solve a problem, or it has to help them in some way to resolve something that they need help with. Okay, all right, so, and how can you exceed those? Okay, how can you actually exceed those, rather than just solving their problem? What extra things could you do to make you stand out from the crowd, just like our tall poppies stand out from the crowd, and be that much better than the guy down the road? Okay, that is what you want to do. You want to exceed your customers' expectations, not just meet them. You want to be able to exceed your customers' expectations. Okay, and you want to exceed them every time. Okay, there is nothing worse. There is nothing worse for a customer when they go to a business and they receive a certain level of service and they think, wow, wow, that was amazing. That was such amazing service. I'm going to go back to that place every time, and I'm not going to go anywhere else. And the next time they go in, the service is at this level. And I think, okay, well, last time I was here, last time it was up here, and now it's down here. And this experience hasn't been quite as good as the last experience that I had at this place. So I'm wondering what it's going to be like next time. I mean, am I going to get back up to this level where it was so good, I was so happy, and I had everything I needed, or is it going to go lower and lower? And you know what? Some of them just won't come back after that second time, because, once you show them what they're going to get, they expect to get that every time. So the way to make sure that you do that, okay, listen up, okay, the way to make sure that you do that is to have systems in place, okay, and have your people or your staff follow these to the letter. Now, I can remember years ago, I can remember a hotel that I went to stay at, okay, years and years ago, and it was an incredible place. It was like I checked in and I went in and there was a fireplace, and there was everything I needed to light the fire, and there was a little note on my bed saying, welcome to the hotel, just like the normal stuff you get in a hotel. But what blew me away was that I got asked some questions when I checked in, just a little survey, and I didn't really take much of it. What kind of coffee do you like, stuff like that. And I booked into the restaurant that night for dinner, and I went down, and while I was at dinner, a staff member went into my room and they got the fire started for me, and they came in and brought in my brand of coffee, the one I preferred, and I was already given my kind of wine at the hotel that I needed, and I got back to my room, and then the next morning on my doorstep was the paper from my local area, not the local area where I was staying, but from where I lived. It was my local paper. And it was just those kind of things, just those little things that just made this say extra, extra special, And so I actually asked them, and they actually showed me what they do. They have an absolute system that is down to the letter of exactly what needs to happen every time, so that their customers get exactly the same service level every time that they stay there. And do you know what? I don't stay anywhere else now. That's where I go and that's where I stay. So, so amazing, so make sure that you are giving your customers the same level of service every time, because once you do that, they will be raving fans, and you want to keep them as your raving fans, okay? Because your raving fans are the ones that go out and they talk and they tell their friends, and then their friends tell their friends, oh, Jim Bob down the road said that place is really, really good. They got this and this happened and this happened, and then they went boom up here, and this is the level of service that they got. Now, isn't that what you want for your business? Isn't that what you really, really want for your business? You want to be able to have people talking and out there and saying excellent things so that more and more people come through your door, okay? So here we go. How do you create raving fans? It's really not that difficult, okay? And it just takes a little bit more effort from you. And if you do this consistently, it'll become the normal. And if you staff a train to do this, it will become the normal and your business will flourish. Okay, so number one is under promise and over deliver. Now, a perfect example of being able to do this is if you have to order in a product, for example, for somebody, okay, and you know full well it's going to be in on Tuesday. For example, you know full well without fail it will be in on Tuesday. So you say to your customer, right, so this will be in on Thursday. Okay, and so you tell them it'll be in on Thursday, because then when you call them up on Tuesday and say, hey, it's 2 days early, would you like to come and get it? They're going to be absolutely thrilled, okay? So you under promise and you over deliver, okay? So under promise, in other ways, like, that I can do this for you, and then you go and do that for them, okay? So that it's a bigger thing than what you've already promised them. They were happy with what you promised, and then you went and blew them out of the water with something different, okay? So that's number one, okay? Exceptional customer service is also the key to raving fans, okay? So now, a classic example that I heard of once through another business was when someone made a mistake. Someone made a very big mistake, and the customer was quite upset, and naturally. However, the person just went over and above to do whatever it took to resolve, not only resolve the issue, but to make sure the customer left in an absolute happy state, okay? And that's what you want, okay? You want your customers to be leaving in a happy state. So even if something does go wrong, okay, then it can be fixed, no worries. Okay, now another thing is that nothing is too big or too little for your customers. Okay, so if your customers have a small job, then do it, because they're going to be so appreciative of you. Okay, so nothing is too big or too small for you to handle. It's whatever your customers want. Okay, and you want to solve their problems so well, not just solve their problems, you want to solve their problems so well that they are absolutely over the moon. Over the moon with you, over the moon with your business, and over the moon with the service that they've received, and they're going to tell other people, okay? So even if you do make a mistake, as I said earlier, like another example of that was I read about a video shop once who for somehow the customer had the wrong case in the wrong video. I know we're going back, quite a long time when videos were out, but so what. And so the owner of the video store got in his car and personally went out and not only took the right movie out, but gave them another 3 blockbusters that had just come out and said, bring them back in a week, okay? Normally they were overnight rentals, he said, but considering that you had this trouble, I've come to fix the problem and I've come to exceed your expectations, and here are 3 blockbuster movies that I know you wanted to see. They're on the house and we apologise for the error. Now, can you imagine how many people that guy told? Can you imagine how many people that guy told about the exceptional service they had received from that video store? And this is what you want to do, okay? Now, in some cases, you do get customers where they do expect more than what you are able to physically or, in any way give. And some people do have unrealistic expectations. So how do you handle people that have the unrealistic expectations? Okay, so this is what you need to do. Okay, obviously you are always polite. Okay, because at the end of the day, the customer is always right. Okay, so you are very polite. You explain clearly exactly what it is that you are able to achieve and what you're able to do for them, and you offer solutions, and you do your best to come to an agreement and to a solution and get that customer to leave happy. Okay, every now and then you are going to find somebody that expects too much, and it is just a case of managing expectations. However, in most cases you are going to find that you can exceed your customer expectations and make it a much better buying experience for them. They'll invite their friends will get the same experience, and they'll invite their friends, and you will never have trouble finding customers. So remember, exceed your customer expectations and you'll never have a dull day in your business. Okay, so have a great day or night or wherever you are watching this video, and I look forward to helping you again in another one soon. Okay, so see you later. Bye.